What's up, guys? It's Chris here, and I'm gonna show you how to change your clipper blade, your clipper head, and clean the top internally. Alright, so stay tuned and check it out. You're going to need a screwdriver that fits all the screws, hard brush head, clipper side or barber side. That's what you're going to need, yeah? Obviously some tissue and stuff will help as well. We just grab some tissue. Right, so first start off taking the blade that you want to replace, removing those two screws there. This is all real time, by the way, so I'm not going to edit anything, so you can pretty much copy me when you need to change your blades. Remove that, and what you're going to see is hair there. These are the old blades. Alright, so we're going to brush this off with the hard brush, just like that. So that's okay, but we're going to start to detail inside. So we're going to start to remove these parts and actually give it a good clean. Also take off that lever as well. Alright, so that's the next step. But first we're just going to clean the blades that are taken off. I'm going to give them a brush off. So just copy the exact same thing I'm doing, guys. So the two blades brushed off now. I'm going to give them a quick spray with the clipper side. Both sides. Get some tissue and wipe them. Listening to Magic FM in the background. I love all the 80s, 90s tunes. Keeps a nice vibe in the barbershop, you know what I mean? Alright, so those blades are nice, surgically clean now. So they're safe to be resharpened or sent off or whatever. Okay, don't forget, don't lose your screws for your clipper head because you're going to need those. What I like to do as well is just quickly spray my clipper head as well, just because you want to make sure you're killing any germs and bacteria that's been built up there over time. Right, time to put on the other blade and clean the inside. Alright guys, so let's start by we're going to remove this, the adjuster. I'm going to remove that, and then that enables you to take off that section and that section. So just watch me, you can copy me when you plan to deep clean your clipper. Give it a good old service. I mean, as you become a professional barber, you want to make sure not only are you given good quality haircuts, but you're actually know how to clean and service your tools as well. So So we're taking off this plastic bit, just there. That comes out as well. So if you look inside there now, there's a lot of hair that needs to be cleaned out. So again, get your hard brush. Get right up in there. Turn it on as well, just to loosen up any hairs in there, and give it a tap on the. Just give it a tap on the towel there. Right, you're going to need a smaller brush to get right inside there, or you can just pick up some bits of hair with your screwdriver. Just be quite gentle. Right, what I also like to do is get a card or a toothbrush or something like that. Just run through the edges there. Okay, so really get in. Because sometimes there's a lot of hair built up in there. Just really get in there. You can get the your bits up along here as well. Okay, I like to spray that in there, so I switch it on. Give that a spray. Give it a rebrush. Really dig my brush in there. Okay. There is still a bit of hair in there, but you can take more time and really get deep in there. You can also take the housing off, unscrew there and there now, lift that off, and then brush inside. Alright, but for now, that's good enough, that's clean enough. I'm looking quite close, and there's not too much built up grime in there. I did clean it a couple of weeks ago, so this is just a couple of weeks dirt. Right, so what's come out, what you'll need to know is, first the spring. You'll need to know how to replace this, so I'll show you. I'm going to brush this off. Right, brushing off all my pieces. Plastic casing. When changing your clipper blade, it's beneficial to actually take the whole thing apart like this and give it a deep clean. It will just prolong the life of your clippers, and it will make sure everything else runs smoothly and the motor inside doesn't have to work extra hard, saving you battery, saving you time. Okay, so I've got all my little pieces here. What I'm going to do is just spray those down, turn them over, okay. This spring here, guys, is the first thing you want to put back. So watch me. See this little finger bit, this curve, this fork bit, it goes down into the clipper like that, down. So you've got your ledge there, going to go on the ledge, like that, and it goes down, okay, like that, down. Next thing you want to do, grab the dark plastic bit. When you switch this on, you're going to see your little motor finger head there running. You want to place that on top, so it goes like that. So we're going to go fit that into place there, like that. Okay, so you should be able to feel that resistance there now, once that's clipped into place. Make sure that's nicely centered as well. Next bit is to slide this on. You're going to know which side it goes on because your adjuster screw is there and the adjuster screw part is there. So we're going to slide this on from the back, and you got a little lip there, guys. You're going to want to cover that like that. Okay, adjuster. Got a bit of plastic sticking out there, little round bit of plastic that goes in the gap of the metal there, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put the screw in, just like so. So hold that in place, just like that. Make sure the plastic goes inside the gap of the metal there. We're going to slowly screw that all together now. Screw it to the tension that you like when you're doing your adjusting for your fading and stuff. Alright guys, you don't want to pull it all the way back when you put your fresh blade on, because sometimes this can pop out. So you want to still cover that bit, because if you put it all the way back, sometimes this can pop out, then you won't be able to put your new blade on correctly. So just make sure you're covering that plastic bit so it doesn't pop out. Alright, now we're going to put the new blade on. Got my new blade here. And my screws that I've kept. So first is the bottom blade. This is the one that moves side to side. This is the cutting blade. Copy the pattern, we're going to fit it on there like that. Okay. Going to fit it on like that. Make sure the teeth are facing outwards. And you've got the flush area pointing upwards, okay? So not like that, because then the teeth will be facing down, but like that, so these teeth are facing up. So click that into place like a puzzle. And then you want your blade teeth to be facing down now. So it's kind of like a set of teeth like that. Hold that in place, and you want to put your screws in. Okay, don't screw one really tight in the first go. Just get it in place so both heads are down. Okay, now you want to adjust it to, pull your adjuster all the way back to 0, and you want to adjust it. If you're going to go 0 gap, then obviously you're going to want to move your clipper blade to 0 gap. There's many ways of doing this. Some barbers just place their clipper head down on a flat surface and then tighten like that. I like to do it by eye, so I hold my clipper head like that, and I like to judge my gap by about 0.1 of a gap, and I tighten a little, and I tighten a little. Make sure it's still, when you're looking at it very closely, I like to look at the blade sideways, and I tighten a little bit more, tighten a little bit more, and when you feel satisfied with that, turn it on, move the blade around, turn it off, and just double check your blade is still in the same position, guys, because sometimes it moves out of alignment and then the bottom teeth are protruding further than the top teeth, and that's when you can start cutting your client's head and drawing blood. So you don't want to do that. So I'm going to loosen my blade a tiny bit, and I'm going to lift it up just a little bit more, hold it in place there, tighten again, tighten again, and for me that's sitting at about, not a 0 gap, but like a 0.1, 0.1, this is the tapering blade, so this is not my main fading blade, which is why it's called super taper. Tapering blade has an every other gap on the bevel to give you a more fine, more softer look when you're doing a fade or a blend. Whereas if you guys wanted to know, a fade blade is completely flat on the bevel there. Okay, so that's the difference. Where the fade blade is flatter on the scalp for a more harsh kind of cut, more, which is why the magic clip is more for fading, whereas this is more for a tapered cut. Right, I'm happy with that movement, that feels good. Switch it on. Now we want to put a bit of oil there. Switch it on, guys. Put a bit of oil in there. Leave it running for a while. Spray it down. I like to spray the whole clipper when I change blades or when I do a service. Brush it as well. Remember, your spray is cleaning the tips of your brush, so it's actually killing any germs on your brush as well. Okay, so that's done, and then finally just wipe the whole thing with a towel or tissue, and you're pretty much set up, guys. Obviously you can clean, once you know what you're doing, you can clean your blade and the inside of the head a lot faster than that. But I just wanted to show you beginners, or anybody that doesn't know how to change over an old blade, or just to simply service your clipper because it's not working properly. That's how you take off the whole top and put it back on. So let me know how this goes for you. Let me know if you follow my techniques. I hope it works, and leave me any comments. Alright guys, take care for now, and feel free to ask me any questions. Peace.